My name is David, and today we're going to be jumping into why I, my team, and my network of other crypto millionaires and billionaires are super bullish on Avalanche and why it's currently offering the best returns in crypto. Just take a look at what's happened to Avalanche over the last few days. On August 10th, just 12 days ago, we were at 16 bucks. We're now at 41, almost 300% returns in about a week. And it's because everyone understands this one thing. I'll talk about that in a moment. Now, the goal of this video is to not be one of those scammy YouTube videos that says, what's the next 1000x gem on Avalanche? Or anything like that. I'm simply going to show you how to enter the ecosystem, how to play in the ecosystem, and why we're so excited about the ecosystem. As the co-founder and course creator of yieldfarming.com, where we run a DeFi and yield farming university where we teach you click by click how to set up, operate, and optimize yield farming from beginning to end, it is also my responsibility to show you how to enter various Avalanche yield farms, paying anywhere from 40% on stable coins to 600% on more degenerate coins. Just as an example, here on Traderjoe, one of my favorite platforms on Avalanche, we can earn 401% being a liquidity provider for Joe and USDT. Now that's APR, not APY, huge difference. So if you compound this daily or even hourly, which is really easy to do on Avalanche, meaning harvest my rewards and deposit back into my liquidity pool, I can turn this 400% APR into 1200% or 2000% APY, depending on how often I compound my rewards. So don't worry, we'll be covering all of that in this video, along with how to set up our Avalanche wallets and bridge our crypto assets over. Now you might be wondering, what in the world even is Avalanche? I should probably know a little bit about it before aping into it. And the answer is yes, you should. Now, of course, this is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor. This is simply for entertainment. And in the purposes of entertainment, I will now entertain you with a few sentences about what Avalanche is. It's very similar to Ethereum in terms of being yet another layer 1 blockchain where anyone can come and build decentralized apps, aka dApps, on top of it. So just like on Ethereum, there are dApps like Convex where you can go earn incredible yields, or decentralized exchanges, aka DEXs. Here on Avalanche, you can do the same thing, except, very important point, here on Avalanche, the fees to play in it, meaning the gas fees, instead of being 30 to 150 per transaction on Ethereum, here on Avalanche, you can get transactions done for a fraction of the cost, and they're executed instantaneously. The throughput on Avalanche, or the transactions per second, is 4,500 per second, compared to Ethereum, which has a TPS of 15, and Bitcoin, which is 4. So Avalanche can hire 300 times more transactions per second than Ethereum. And for anyone participating in this blockchain, they'll really enjoy playing in it because it's so fast and so cheap. I just love it. Now, why are we so bullish on Avalanche? It's because, as you can see on my screen, they just launched a $180 million liquidity mining incentive program just 2 days ago. Now, here at yieldfarming.com, we've also created the yieldfarming.com insiders group or community where laser-focused yield farmers from around the world come and they share alpha, we share ideas, we share research. We have over 9 full-time researchers. We have myself and members that have been with us from the beginning who have made a lot of money yield farming along with me and the rest of our team. We all come hang out, answer each other's questions. There's no low-quality posting. Everyone is very laser focused and they're successful in their own rights in some other aspect of life, whether they're business owners, etc. So it's a great place. Recommend checking it out. And if you were a part of our community, you'll know that this $180 million liquidity mining incentive program is going to cause a massive surge in Avalanche, which we've already seen. We are past all-time highs, and it's because everyone knows that people are going to be buying into Avalanche to participate and play in the ecosystem in order to take advantage of that $180 million. That's why these yield farms are just going to be amazing. You can literally enter the playing field and just print money. We knew this was going to be massive because when Polygon, aka Matic, launched their $40 million liquidity mining program with Aave on April 14th, Matic exploded. Let's find April 14th. Matic was about 0.4 cents and it's now 157. So it's done about 3.5x since then. And it's because everyone wanted to come take advantage of the free money that was thrown into their ecosystem. By the way, here's a little tip for all of you. If Matic did a $40 million promotion and Avalanche did $180 million and both of them took off, what do you think is going to happen next? What we're starting to see unfold is a battle of layer 1 blockchains. And if you're paying attention to the market and to the right projects, you can position yourselves properly to take advantage of that. Also, if you understand what I'm talking about, post in the comments which layer 1 blockchain is going to skyrocket next, or launch an even bigger liquidity mining incentive that outperforms even Avalanche. In order to stay on top of this, make sure that you follow these protocols on Twitter. I have a few wallets on Avalanche, and if you watch the yieldfarming.com University, you'll understand why I do that. So I'm just going to show you one of them. And here on BenQ or BenQ, we'll call it BenQ, I've deposited Avalanche. Here you can see it's around 3K Avalanche in this wallet. And I'm currently earning about 11% on my deposit. And for borrowing USDT, I'm paying 10% on one side and I'm earning 40% on the other side. So my total APY is about 30% for borrowing USDT. Okay, think about how beautiful that is. So my total APY on my entire deposit is around 20% here. And now I can take that USDT and go play in the Avalanche ecosystem and take directional exposure on Avalanche shitcoins. Now, I believe, as well as the people in my network who have access to the teams in Avalanche and the billionaires who have a lot of money in Avalanche, that there are assets within Avalanche that it's worth taking directional exposure on. So I'll talk about that later on in this video. Again, this is absolutely not financial advice and it's purely entertainment. And I do own everything that I'll be showing in this video. However, I will also be showing how to not take any directional exposure, meaning we're completely market neutral, and we can earn a nice yield here on Avalanche. So first I'm going to show you how to get money into the Avalanche ecosystem. There are two methods. The first is you could simply buy Avalanche on Binance and transfer it over to your Avalanche wallet. So I'm going to show you that. And for those of you who don't have a fully KYC'd account on Binance, then you could simply use the Avalanche bridge, which I will also be showing you shortly. And the timestamps are in the show notes to skip to whatever part of the video speaks to you the most. The first thing you're going to want to do is set up your wallet.avax.network account. And this is just like setting up MetaMask. You go ahead and create a new wallet, and I'll just show you the process. Copy this, store it in an offline storage device. Okay, we're inside. We access our wallet, and very shortly we're going to get access to everything that we need. So here's the wallet that we'll be sending tokens to from Binance or from our bridge. And that's how you generate a wallet. Okay, so I'm going to show you on another one of my wallets how I'm going to be bridging my assets over. I'll be blurring my personal wallets, of course. All right, so I'm going to show you the bridge, and I'm going to connect my MetaMask, and we'll be bridging from Ethereum to Avalanche. In this case, I have a bit of ETH on this test wallet, so we'll just send 0.2 over to Avalanche. And this is going to send Avalanche to my MetaMask. And now I'm ready to play in the Avalanche network, and you can use MetaMask for everything. So we're good to go. So I'll click transfer. It's wrapping my ETH and then transferring it to my MetaMask wallet. Okay, we just got confirmation from MetaMask, and now we can proceed with the second step of the transaction. And that's going to plug wrapped ETH into my MetaMask. Now, the way to add Avalanche to your MetaMask is very easy. If you watch any of our other videos on Polygon, on Harmony, then you'll know how to do this already. But if not, then check out the link in the show notes. I've included a thread, and in that thread, he has the cheat sheet for everything needed for Avalanche. So it's got a link to the MetaMask adding instructions. It'll take you literally 37 seconds and you will be done. We can go ahead and add wrapped Ethereum to our wallet now. All right, this should get done pretty fast here. In the meantime, I'm going to head over to Binance and buy some Avalanche and show you how to transfer assets directly from Binance. All right, we're going to make a small purchase here, and Avax is just going absolutely insane. I have no idea how high it's going to go. However, I do think that there is higher beta, meaning higher upside, on the shitcoins within the Avax ecosystem. So while I do believe in Avax, if Avax goes to zero, that's fine. Then all my coins go to zero. But if Avax continues to do well, which I believe all layer ones will do, and my thesis is that we're going to see a battle of all layer ones, then the shitcoins have higher beta, meaning higher upside. So I am going to be taking directional exposure, meaning buying Avax here. And you saw that one of my wallets had a decent amount of exposure to Avax, but I will be flipping a lot of that into shitcoins, and I'll reveal to you what I'm most interested in and what our team and our network is most interested in. So here I'll be simply submitting a limit order to avoid fees. We talk about order flow and show you how to do all of this in the university. And we're going a bit parabolic here, so it may not get filled and I may have to adjust this a bit. All right, let's get our order in, and we're just going to come in at the highest bid here. And we got filled instantly. Great. So Heading back over to our fiat and spot wallet, we're going to now withdraw our Avax. And the wallet that we'll be sending to is our Exchange wallet that I showed you in the incognito window. So I'm now going to head over to Binance, plug in our wallet. It auto detects Avax. We'll be maxing our withdrawal. And I'm assuming you know how to do all this, so I'll see you back in our wallet. Ladies and gentlemen, our transaction has been submitted. It's processing. We're waiting for that to hit our Avalanche wallet. Now, if you don't have Binance, it's okay. I've shown you another method of doing this. And don't be jealous. I worked with Andrew from Nomad Capitalist to get citizenship in a very wonderful, beautiful country here in the European Union, even though I'm American, and life is great. So Andrew and all of you listening, I love you. Come visit Portugal. It's a wonderful place. In the meantime, let's check up on our bridge and see how that's going. And check it out. Done very, very fast, very, very cheaply. And our assets should be hanging out in MetaMask. If we scroll down, our 0.2 wrapped Ethereum is ready to go. And now we're going to head back over to BenQ, and we're going to supply our 0.2 wrapped Ethereum. And we're going to start earning a very small and still acceptable yield of about 8%. So let's deposit our assets. And now with our supplied collateral, we can pull out USDT and go play in the entire ecosystem on Avalanche. We can take directional exposure on some shitcoins that I'm very excited to tell you about. And if this is your first time watching, welcome to yieldfarming.com. These are the things that we do here. Where in the world can you watch someone play around with a few 100K? Where can you watch them go buy at the top 25K worth of Avalanche just to show you how this is done? And that's what we've done here in our university. I've literally created a course where over a 30-day period, I guarantee at day one, I'm going to make 10K. And I show you beginning to end how to set up an entire optimized DeFi and yield farming strategy where we're earning anywhere between 30 to 200% yields depending on your risk tolerance and how advanced of a knowledge you already have and want to go deeper down. And it's a wonderful thing. We have students that are doing incredibly well. We have a community that I like to call the yield farming brain magnet, where we bring in and invite laser focused yield farmers from around the world to come in and share alpha, share ideas, and stay focused on making everyone else more money. This is a very closed community that, to be honest, I and my team have kept very quiet about since the beginning days of DeFi in 2020. And we decided to open up what we've really studied and learned a lot about because I think there is a lot of room, meaning I'm not going to personally take a hit on my own yield farming because, as you can see, Avalanche has still a ton of room to grow, and the yield farms that I'm going to show you here will not be damaged if a ton of money gets injected into them that much. I'm really not worried about it. I have not met anyone else who knows more about yield farming than I do, and I have a ton of other strategies that are earning me the yields that I want to live the life that I want. Number two is purely selfish. I think that by inviting more and more brains that are focused on what we're doing here into our community, I'm going to make more money. By everyone sharing alpha with each other, sharing research, sharing ideas, and poking holes in each other's ideas, I think that we're creating this wonderful community. So I'm okay with that. And thirdly, perhaps this is a bit more altruistic, but I believe that yield farming is the greatest money-making opportunity that's ever been presented to me in the 20 years that I've been obsessed with financial markets and making money. Crypto, of course, is the overarching theme there, but coming from a traditional finance background, the ability for me to earn yields without risking my principal other than counterparty risk, meaning the platform gets hacked, is extremely exciting. So this may be the first video we've released on YouTube, so show us some love, like, subscribe, share, please do so. And let's continue. At this point, we should have received the AVAX into our wallet.avax account, and there it is. So now what we're going to do is convert this over to our C chain account and then send that over to MetaMask. So what does that mean? Let me show you. We're converting from our X chain to our C chain. We're going to select max. And as you can see in the top right here, this is going to convert to my contract chain address, meaning I can use it to interact with MetaMask. And that's what I want to do because MetaMask is where I'll be interacting with a lot of the protocols that I'll be introducing to you in this monster video. So I'm going to copy to my clipboard my MetaMask address and confirm this transaction. And this gets done very, very, very fast. So as soon as this is done, which it's done already, I can now head over to send, select my source chain as the C chain, plug in my max, AVAX, and we're going to send it to the address that I just copy pasted. Gas and Gwei look good, and let's send this bad boy over to MetaMask. Literally within 3.4 seconds, the transaction is done. And here on assets, we can see that our Avax is updated and we're ready to party. So we have a few options here. We can head back over to BenQ, and I could go deposit my Avax and borrow USDT and go take some directional exposure, meaning buy some shitcoins, or I could simply go and flip all my Avax into some shitcoins and have some fun. And that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm not going to reveal all of the coins that I'm bullish on. That's what our university is for. So if you're interested in that, head over to yieldfarming.com, check it out. And if you have any questions, you can just post it in there. Also, I really don't want it to seem like I'm trying to shill my bags at all. So I'm just going to share a couple of protocols that I'm personally bullish on. I don't recommend buying them. This is not financial advice, but I do really like these, and I could care less whether you partake in them. In fact, at some point I'll release a video showing the various companies that have already reached out to us at yieldfarming.com to do paid partnerships, and I have no interest. We don't need to, and I hate that that exists on YouTube. In fact, I'm kind of anti-YouTube. There's a lot of bad information, and people tend to shield their own bags, and that's not something that we do. In fact, a majority of the course is designed to teach how to partake in yield farming without risking your principal. So I'll show you one of those options now. We're over on the yieldyak.com/farms. This is a team that I've heard a lot of good things about. They're respected, and I would rate the rug pull risk here very, very, very low. And the TVL is small, but currently their DAI USDT pool is paying 37%. So I really like this as a stablecoin farm. So you could simply enter the Avax ecosystem. You could go supply your Avax on BenQ, pull out USDT, and then go earn even a higher yield here in the DAI USDT pool. Or you could simply bridge your stablecoins over. Who cares about betting on shitcoins? Maybe you don't. And you simply deposit DAI and USDT here because it's paying a pretty incredible yield, and it's hard to get 40% without directional exposure anywhere. There's a few creative yield farms out there that pay better at the moment in the 40 to 120% range. The higher you get, the more creative you have to be, and the higher brain juice and management is required to go into those yield farms. But this one's perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and take some additional directional exposure on Yak, and let's go ahead and check prices here. So for 200 Avax on Yak directly, I'm getting quoted 1.2813, and on Traderjoe, we'll talk about them in a minute, I am getting 1.27. So let's get this done directly on Yak. 200, check prices again. 1.2813 was the previous quote, 1.2794. And let's refresh Traderjoe here. If you're from the United States, you'll have a little extra respect for Traderjoe. It's a fantastic supermarket. 1.27744 versus 1.27. All right, we're getting a better quote here. So let's get the swap done directly on YieldYak. Now, I also really like Traderjoe. So I'm also going to buy, let's just say 100 of Joe at the highest possible price. But I've been in Joe for a while and I really like them, so I don't mind adding a little bit more directional exposure to old Traderjoe here. And I'm going to show you why I like both of these tokens. I already talked about Yak. Traderjoe is a fantastic DEX, and I just believe they're incredibly undervalued. The team's rewards don't unlock for 3 months. The emission schedule is pretty reasonable. So sometime around October 2nd is when the team's 3-month cliff will end. So I'm probably going to be releasing some of my tokens as we lead up to October 2nd. And I can also stake my Joe. I'll show you what that looks like. So here I'm going to convert my Joe for XJoe, and I'm going to start earning a 10% yield here. And then on the farm tab, I can actually start farming my XJoe and earning 75% there without any impermanent loss. So there's a lot of dual liquidity pools on Avalanche now where I can go earn APRs as high as 600%. And when you start compounding that, you can get APYs in the 5 to 6 digit range. But I'm just not interested in the impermanent loss. So I'm only looking for single liquidity pools at the moment. I think when Avax or some of these tokens start to hit their 2 to 3x mark, meaning Joe hits $1. In fact, we can check out old Joe. on CoinGecko. Should be about 40 cents. Yeah, there it is, 40 cents. Okay, cool. So when that hits $1, I'll probably look to pair Joe with another token, maybe Avax. We will see. And now we're staking our Joe. I move a little bit fast. We're staking our Joe for that 70% APR. Currently, they are paying 20 Joe per second, of which 50% goes to liquidity providers, and the other 50% goes to their reserve pool, their team, I believe future investors and consultants of the project. So I'm okay with their mission schedule. I don't believe this follows the quote unquote Titan death spiral. And let's do the same on Yak. We can actually stake our Yak without any impermanent loss here. So let's deposit. Okay, so we have a bit more money left, and I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I'm not going to show the rest of my tokens that I'm partaking in. And that is it. If you have any questions, comments, post them in the comment section, or check out yieldfarming.com, contact our support team, or hopefully see you in our community. It'd be awesome for you to say hi, tag me, tag our team. We're all in there hanging out literally 24/7 at the moment, answering everyone's questions. Personally, I'm not sure where in the world you can get access to people that have been obsessed with DeFi since the early compound days, who know as much as we do about yield farming, not to toot our own horn or to be a anti-humble farmer, but we are pretty obsessed with this and we've all done pretty well, and happy to come out and share some of our secrets and hopefully make more money together. So I love all of you, and I will see you in the next video.